Welcome to Manitoba Bushcrafting and Reviews. I'm Alex, and today I'm going to give the final review on the Usmc, United States Marine Corps, improved bivy cover. I picked up two of these when I originally got them. One of them was full of holes, the other one wasn't. And yeah, I've had about a year to test them out. And from my experience with these things, especially this bivy in frame here, they are condensation magnets. Like, it's just absurd. If you're in the springtime, you're gonna wake up sopping wet on the inside. Your sleeping bag will be soaked on the exterior of your sleeping bag. Same within the fall. And then the summertime, they're like little ovens, basically. Even with the front vent open, you're going to cook in there unless you're sleeping in like with a whoopee or something like that. That's the only way you could really get away with it in the summer, and sometimes even just with nothing. And that you might be able to handle the summer heat and do that. Of course, there's Marines that have used this in all weather, and maybe I'm just a sissy, but yeah, it's pretty bad. And then wintertime, the condensation builds up on this screen here and freezes, and then it'll build up all down here and freeze on your chest area, so you'll wake up in the morning with frost on you inside the bivy because your breath causes condensation, and it builds up in that spot because it's so close to your face, and you can't really have the vent open in the wintertime too much because, like, where I live, it hits -40 some nights, so it's just, yeah, not an option to really have that wide open. They are susceptible to being poked as well and punctured. It's a very thin nylon material with a like Teflon sort of material sandwiched in between two nylon fabrics, the outer and the inner. I do believe it's nylon. It's been a long time since I read the tag, but it features a wire going this way and wire going this way to create like a little teepee kind of thing going over your head. These bivvies do fully enclose you, and that's the whole reason I bought them, was because I wanted tick protection, because where we are, like today alone, I probably picked 15 ticks off of me. But yeah, on those nights with the morning dew hitting around like 3 to 4 in the morning, you're gonna get soaked in these things. If you had to rely on one in an emergency, you might get away with it for a couple nights, but eventually you'll just get sick of being soggy. And I'm still going to keep them. I do store one in my bug out bag at all times because it's better than nothing. Say it's like downpouring or whatever, this will still keep you like relatively dry. But yeah, it's got some issues. The zippers zip down to right about there on either side, and then this pulls away, and you can flop it down. Say you're in a tent or whatever and you just want an extra layer, you can keep your feet in there and keep it unzipped and unfolded like that. In fact, I do believe that's what the Marines recommend you do if you're sleeping in a tent with one of these, once again because of condensation. The wire in the hood there, when storing this, it makes it so hard to roll it up neatly and store it in your backpack. It kind of just ends up being a big wad of bivy. But yeah, the wires make it really hard to roll. And as I showed in one of my past videos, there is a weak spot. I glued this one, which I guess I shouldn't have. Other people have commented and told me do not use super glue, use a flexible sealer, which makes sense. I didn't really think that over when I glued it, but my one with no holes in it, it's not glued, so. And this thing's the beater bivy. This is the one that came with a bunch of pinholes in it. I think a Marine laid it down in thistles. Didn't stick a sleeping pad down, just, he's a soldier, so he's just got to do what he's got to do, and he probably threw it on thistle bush. So I had a lot of fun taping this one. Not really, but yeah. Anyhow, guys, that's my review on it. I'm going to give him about a 2-star out of 5, because it does have some protection from bugs and rain. If you don't strip the DWR coating, the factory coating off, it probably is pretty waterproof, but most military surplus stores wash them because they come in dirty, and then they just try to cover up the fact that they washed out with soap the DWR. They try and cover that up by putting like Nick Wax or something on it. And the spray on Nick Wax might be okay, but I made the mistake of putting the wash-in kind on, which would layer the inside and the outside. And maybe that's why there's so much condensation too, is because of that, because it stops the breathability. So if you're going to pick one of these up and you need to do a new DWR coating on it, I recommend only using the spray on the outside. I wouldn't do the wash-in. One, it's the agitator on a washing machine is really, really hard on these. Two, the dryer, if you don't wash or watch it very carefully, it could melt your screen and, yeah, make tape lift and stuff like that on the inside. So you gotta be very careful when washing these and applying a waterproofing coating to it. Not all military surplus stores wash them, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them do. They are really long and wide up here, but I don't think, like the old school bivvies, the old school Gore-Tex bivvies, you can get them in the old woodland camo. I have one of them laying around here somewhere. And those are a lot wider. You got lots of room, and there's plenty of ventilation in those ones because they don't zip up all the way. They leave the head open, but then you got to deal with bugs. So yeah. So I'm going to give it a low score just because, sorry, my video stopped. But yeah, I'm going to give it a lower score. I'm thinking two stars out of 5. Just because of its issues. And yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, I don't know how it's gonna look on YouTube, but I got a new phone, so my camera should be a lot better than my past videos. Other than that, we got some gear coming in, but with the COVID crisis going on, mail is so backed up, and a package that I've ordered that should just take like 5 days is probably going to take about a month to get here, and I'm already 2 weeks in on that. So stay tuned, because hit that little notification bell, because I am getting something cool delivered here that I want to show you guys. And it's got a lot of pros and 2 cons from what I can see just from looking at it online. But they're not very big. They're pretty minuscule. I'd be being pretty picky to completely bash what's coming in the mail over the flaws that it has. It's pretty minuscule. Anyhow, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, like that video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in another video.